What is up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Unmuted with Gabby Milian, where we go beyond the clips and really get into stories that make us we, into who we are. Today's guest hits close to home. Literally, we both grew up in Harlem, El Barrio, went to the same high school, and now he's out of here making waves in the wrestling world. Okay, he's a father, a husband, and one of the hardest working independent wrestlers coming out of New York. We're diving into his journey from the block to the ring and the grind of indie wrestling and the man behind the performer. Let's welcome Lex G's, guys. Let's welcome him in. Everybody, this is Lex G's, the one and only. Hello. Hello, 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 hello.
I hear the cheers. I hear
You
everything.
hear the cheers? You hear everybody cheering for you?
I hear.
They're all clapping for you in chat.
Thank you. They should.
This is so amazing. I'm so happy. And thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule to join us on Unmuted. How are you feeling?
Good. I'm a dad, so I think I'm tired like
Yeah.
95% of the time. So there's that.
Listen, same. Listen, I'm a parent too, so I feel you on all levels. I understand that completely. And put him up a little bit. That's what I was gonna ask you guys really quick if you guys can hear him. So I'm gonna put him up. Real quick, can we just do a sound check and see if you can they can hear you?
Good. Do I have to scream?
Is that too loud or we're good? How's that? How's that, chat?
Look, I don't got a professional setup, so if y'all can't hear me, you're gonna have to bear with me a little bit. But I'll try and talk a little loud.
That was so New York, by the way. That was so New York of him. He was like, "You're." But listen, we got Harlem in the building. Um, Shout out to Papa Notes that's here. Shout out to you. You also from Harlem as well. Everyone is saying hello to you. I know you probably can't see chat. I don't know if you can or not on your end, but they're all saying hello to you.
No, I can't.
Um,
I can't see, but I feel it. Feel
yes.
y'all.
Yo, Pookie Panda was good. All right, guys, let's get started. So, for those who may not know you, I like to start off the podcast with introduction. So, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself? How did you come up with the name Big Papa, Lex Guns or Lex G? What's your background? What when did you come up with this name for yourself?
So the Big Papa, right? I always grew up a heavy kid.
Are you
And when I was in elementary school, one of the deans or whatever, she would call me Big Papa. And I kind of forgot about it, but it was like a cute name that she would call me. I was always heavy. I was always heavy. Now
Okay.
becoming a dad, I just decided to start calling myself Big Papa. And I remember, like, man, I've been called that like my whole life, but it's really because of the dean from elementary school, and then now because I'm a dad, so I'm Big Papa in my house. That's my name, and now I'm carrying it over to the ring.
That makes sense, and that's so cool that you're bringing that to the ring because it makes you show like it shows the authenticity of yourself, and you're bringing your life into your career and vice versa. And we're gonna talk a little bit about how you mix both worlds, but that it's so genuine that you do that, and I can see that you are yourself even in the ring sometimes, like that attitude, that persona that you bring from New York, that flavor you bring it to the ring, and it's amazing, honestly. So let's talk about you growing up in Harlem. Like what neighborhood memory captures your is best for you to describe your growing up in Harlem? What is that for like for you? How was that like for
Probably
you?
nothing. I want to say nothing positive. Um, I came to Harlem when I was 3 years old. So before that, we lived in Brooklyn. A
Mhm.
lot of my family's in Brooklyn. So I kind of been, dipping my finger between Brooklyn and
Yeah.
Harlem. Um, and I grew up there on 125th.
Mhm.
And anybody who's ever been to 125th, you know what it is. That's the Walking Dead. And that's
Zombieland.
what I would see every day, where it's shootouts and people getting stabbed up and junkies everywhere. Like it was never anything positive, but I think because I grew up around that, it forced me into a position to make a decision like, are you going to be a victim of where you come from,
Mm.
or are you going to try and step out of that? And I obviously I've been working my way to step out of that.
Yeah. You really have.
Yeah.
We all are. Because I know a lot of people that we grew up with that are really trying to make a life for and name for themselves. And it's good to see that because a lot of people don't, unfortunately, especially where we're from. It's easy to go down a crazy route, to be honest.
Refuse
Um,
to be a victim in life. Like it's not
yeah,
happening. Like we only got one life. You better push through that. You have
yeah,
to. And now that I have kids, even more so. There's no way that I could fall victim to where we came from.
yeah.
Like I talk about it and I'm proud of where we came from, but it's not always, sunshine and rainbows.
No,
It's
it's
tough.
not. Yeah. And it still is tough. Who at school or in the neighborhood really pushed you to dream bigger?
It was me. It was me growing up in the life that I lived and being the only boy in a family filled with women. Uh,
Mm.
I think I put that pressure on myself at a young
Mm-hmm.
age to want to provide and be there for my girls, my sister, my mom, my grandma, my aunts, my cousins, like all of them, all females. And I put that pressure on myself to like, you have to make it for them.
Yeah.
You have to do it for them. And I can't say that anybody in our area where we grew up inspired me. I think I've always just wanted to do good so that I could pass on that knowledge and that love and that blessing to everyone else around me. Like
Yeah.
if I can make it, then there's no reason why anybody else on the block can't make it either. But you have to want it. You have to.
Yeah. I I
Mhm.
agree. So, how did the community respond when you said you wanted to be a wrestler and this was like your dream ultimately? How did they respond?
Nothing but positivity. Nothing.
Mm,
I've heard a lot of stories where people don't feel supported. Uh, at least people within our age range and friends and stuff, everybody was excited. And I think we all get excited to see one of our own do something more than what was expected of us. We all get excited to see that. Um, the school system wasn't on my side. We went to Heritage, and I
mm,
remember a very strong memory where somebody in Heritage looked at me and said, "You're not going to be anything. You're not going to make
mm.
it any life."
Wow.
The school system gave up on me, and that only encouraged me more to be like, "I'm going to be something, and you're going to eat those words." And I feel like up until this point, I've been doing a pretty good job. I might not have went the traditional route,
Mm-hmm.
right? But where I'm at right now is everything I've ever dreamed of, and there's only more to come. But the school system gave up on me. I can't even say the school system supported me because it didn't. But friends and the people in the neighborhood, I think everybody was kind of living through me, and maybe I put that pressure on my back too. But
Hmm.
it's all motivation. It's all motivation.
Yeah. Did you be a part of like any wrestling clubs in the school or everything was outsourced?
Nah, everything was out. Like in Heritage, as you know, we went to a high school that didn't even have a gym at first. There was
Yeah,
no
we didn't
gym.
have no gym. We had a
Yeah, yeah.
cafeteria.
We had no
Like that was
gym.
our gym. Guys, I'm
Like
not even joking.
it was called the gymateria.
Yeah.
Literally,
Yeah.
literally the gymateria.
Yeah.
And I had to go to summer school for gym. What? That's
Yeah.
unheard of.
Yeah.
But it was one of the best times of my life. I kid you not,
I
because it was where
agree.
I met my tag team partner, Lucas, and we competed every day in sports. Like every day it was a competition because we would be the only one active in gym in summer school. And it
Yeah.
carried me into wrestling now. And there was nothing in school. There was no wrestling team at the time. All that came afterwards.
So I know because I was a part of a softball team in Heritage, but we combined it with Park East and Central Park
Yeah.
East. Like everything was combined. So we used to go to the gym in summer, like in summer school, but it would be at Park East. It wouldn't even be in our school at all. Like if I had to go to do any activity, it would be at Park East because it was like
Yeah,
right
yeah.
down the street.
We were
Um,
honorary part students. Yeah.
yes, yes, we was an
Yeah.
extra. It was so funny. And I was just like, why do I need to go to a whole nother school to do extracurricular activity or like anything athletic, you know?
Anything at all.
Anything.
Why? What is this?
It was over there.
Yeah.
So what's a misconception about growing up in Harlem that you want to correct?
We're not all a bunch of fucking hoodlums. Can I curse on this? I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
We're
Yeah.
not all a bunch of we're not all a bunch of stereotypes. There's a lot of smart, beautiful people that come out of here.
Yeah.
And I ain't one of them. What the hell? Come on.
Right.
We're not all victims of the area that we're growing up in. And I wish that a lot more people had opportunities or took advantage or knew how to take advantage of the opportunities that are presented to them. Because a lot of times you don't even know the blessings that are coming at you. But we're not even taught that. I feel like that we're not even shown that. We're just held down. Look at the school system, what it did to me. And I'm not telling people not to trust your school. You should stay in school and go through that. But they literally looked me in the eye and said, "You aren't going to be anything." Literally. And I wish that they saw more on us most of the
Mm,
time.
yeah, I agree.
Mhm.
I agree. How did Harlem shape your promo voice or style?
It I think I'm from Harlem. I'm a kid from Manhattan, and what you see is what you get. The way I talk now is the way I run a promo. I don't even like the word promo sometimes because
Mm,
it means I'm trying to say something. I'm trying to sell something. Like, no, what you see is what you get. This is who I am. This is who I am here. This is who I am in the ring. I might turn it up a notch or whatever, but it's
it's embedded.
where I
It's
come from
embedded.
gave me the attitude and the confidence and
Mm-hmm.
the fearless mentality to just do it and say it and not give a shit. And that
Yeah.
shaped everything that has to do with wrestling. Like you have to go into the wrestling business with a I don't give a fuck attitude.
And the New York does that for you for sure,
Oh
because
yeah,
you're
yeah, yeah,
you're taught and raised to not give a fuck.
yeah. You have to. It'll
Yeah.
break you if you don't.
Yes. So do you stay connected with anyone from our high school, or do you have any reunion moments where you just link up and hang out?
Before, yeah. I mean, Facebook and social media is a big thing now, so everybody kind of stays in touch in that way. It's like a little cheat code.
Yeah.
The world doesn't communicate as often as we should, but we all see each other, and we all like each other's pictures. And I try and pay attention to everybody's stuff and like and support. Like even just running into your stuff, I'm like, wow, this is great. Like
Mm-hmm.
I try and support anyone I see and remember. In terms of just hanging out and stuff anymore, since becoming a dad and actually focusing on the dream of wrestling, not really. And I mean, that's what happens when you're grinding, right? Like you just lose track of people, and it's not on purpose. It's necessary almost.
Yeah.
It's necessary.
Everybody
Hmm.
has their own life, and now because we're older, uh people are having kids. Like we're becoming parents. Our generation now, we're parents now. Like
I'm
we're
feeling
not the kids no more.
it.
So it's like, we all have our lives, but I wish we could do a reunion of some sort. Like, our school. Like, if we could do like a reunion of some sort and have everybody in one room, that'd be cool. That'd be dope to do.
Are you speaking it into existence right now? Like, look, we're
Let's
important
see.
people. Right? We're doing stuff. Maybe we could make something like that happen. Like, I would love for that to happen.
Yeah. And I think that, there's a lot of people like we are one of many, doing big things, cuz I see a lot of people. I have a lot of people on Facebook specifically that went to our school, and they're doing big things too. Like even people that didn't go to our school and that are from the area are doing big things. So it'll be nice to just have everyone get together, cuz at least once, at least once.
Yeah,
Um
we got to do a barbecue, a summer barbecue.
yeah, like it'll be fire. It'll be fire.
Out. Everybody. No phones
Yeah.
involved.
Yes. So if you could give a short message to anyone that's inspiring to chase their dreams and they're from Harlem, from where we're from, what would it be?
Dreams are for sleep. Wake up and attack that shit with everything in you because we have one life and closed mouths don't get fed. If you're not moving, you're not like, come on, man. Dreams are for sleep. Live it. And anything is possible as long as you attack it. I don't believe in failure. If you're doing something you love, you're not failure. You're not failing, you're learning.
Right.
You're learning. You can't fail. You can't fail as long as you're learning. Just go out there and live it. If you have a thought, live it.
Yeah. Speak it into
That's what I
existence and
did.
make it happen.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. That's good. I love that. So I want to get into quickly. Both of us are parents, and I know that comes with a lot of lessons. And I want to talk about fatherhood and how being a husband has changed you. How would you describe your role at home and being a husband, dad, provider, and what about that surprises you the most?
I think I feel like what I said earlier, I kind of put that pressure on myself as a kid to be
Hmm.
there for my mom, my sister, just being the sole male on that side of the family
Hmm.
since young. I feel like my whole life prepared me to be a husband, a father, all of that. So I don't know that it's changed me much, but what surprises me is the amount of energy I have to just get it done. Like it's just a new passion, it's a new drive. And even on your worst days, you just do it because you have to do it. There's no stop, as you know.
Yeah.
And even when I feel like giving up on myself, I can't give up because I have kids. I have a woman at home. Like everybody, there's expectations there, and it just keeps me going. It keeps me going, even on the hardest days where if I didn't have them, I'd probably be lazy and fall into some of the wrong stuff. And I have, like, I wasn't always on this path. I steered off a little bit before, uh, but they structure me in a way that keeps me going on a straight path, and I'm forever grateful for that.
Wow. So, what is a normal day in the life of your house? Like, what any rituals, breakfast habits, bedtime routines? Like, what does a normal day look like for you at home?
Diapers and screaming. So I have two children under 2 years old, right?
Oh wow,
One child is tough. Two of them under two is whoo,
even tougher.
that's
Yeah.
that's tougher than being in the ring,
Mm.
for sure, for
Wow.
sure.
Yeah.
So sleep is random. Every day is different. There's not even like a I can't even give you like, oh yeah, this time we do this. No, is they decide everything,
Mm.
everything. The one thing I'm for sure of every day is that I'm going to change a diaper multiple times. I'm going to make a bottle, and I'm probably not gonna sleep good.
Yeah.
Every day is different, but I guess that's what that keeps it exciting. I'm not someone who enjoys just doing the same thing every day.
Yeah. So
And
how?
work. I have to work, obviously.
So you have two daughters,
No, I
or
have a son and
a
a daughter.
son? And you got blessed. Oh my
My
goodness.
son is 4 months. My daughter is
Wow.
18 months.
Oh, wow, you
Yep.
guys got to it quick. You
I,
guys you guys, excuse me, but you guys got to it quick.
and nobody ever slowed down. Nobody ever
Yeah.
slowed down.
I mean, it's a blessing and it's good because they'll be close in age, so they will never be, anything. They'll just be together. And yeah, she'll be a good big sister.
They love each other. She's the best big sister. Like
That's
she loves her
amazing.
little brother. Um, I just wish I had some sleep. That's all.
Yeah, well, that's out the window, especially with
Yeah,
your
that's not
job.
happening.
And
That's
then
not happening.
you have a lot of jobs. You have a lot of job
Yeah.
titles. That's a lot. So how do you balance the physical demands of wrestling and being a parent?
You stop trying to balance them
Mm,
because the more you try and control it, the more it falls apart. And that's something that I've learned, I think, this year. It's like sometimes you just have to relinquish control and just let the pieces fall where they may, and you pick it up from there. And it has led me to live a way happier life. Like when you're sitting here trying to do this and this, make sure nothing falls apart, you drive yourself crazy. Like
yeah.
I don't try and balance. I get in where I fit in. That's it. Like if I could do something here, I do it here. If I could do something here, I do it here. If I could have this interview, yeah, let's have this interview. When I get upstairs, I'll handle whatever's up there at that time in that moment. Basically, I guess live in the moment. You have to live in the moment.
Yeah,
That's
that's
that's my
hard.
balance. It's just living in the moment.
Yeah. And I don't think a lot of us, and even people who are not doing what we do, have to do that on a daily basis. And we got to give it to the parents in this generation. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of parents who are not on that level, but a lot of hardworking parents understand us. Like, you have to just, it's kind of like it's a goal. A goal. You
Yeah.
go to work, you come back home, you got to parent. Like, you just got to pick up and do it. And yeah, it's kind of like robot mode in a sense. Like, your body's already adjusted to getting up, doing what you need to do, going to work. But I can't imagine the physical demand of you having to wrestle and then going home to pick up your baby and them wanting to jump on you and stuff like that. I guess you're just like, it is what it is. I'm just like, I'm gonna take it for what it is, you know? And I
It's
commend you for
hard.
that.
It's
I know it's
definitely hard.
hard. Oh, I know. Because
I
you
have a,
have to.
you can't see it, but behind this, I have a back brace that I kind of put on just because, yeah, my back is, my daughter's very, like, I was a big kid growing up. My daughter's very, very big and she's very,
Oh,
very heavy and she doesn't realize it. She still thinks she's an infant. And
yes.
so as soon as I walk through the door, Dada,
Yes.
and I
My
can't
son
tell her
too.
no. So I'm
Yeah.
just there crying all the time. But
Just holding her. And my son is 6. So he thinks he's an infant too. So
yeah,
and he's a tall kid. He's a tall kid. So you could imagine me picking and I'm short. So I'm picking him up like he's a baby still because I love him so much and that's just how I am as a mommy. And me looking at him like, "Boy, you're not a baby no more. You're a big boy." Like
yeah,
that's it. So
yeah.
that I think that's the just the life of us being a parent. What values or lessons from your parents have been the most intentional about passing to your kids?
I think just being there, being present. Like it's not like we grew up super rich or with the best
Yeah.
things, or like I now looking back, especially now as an adult, it had to be so tough for my parents raising us in the time frame that they did, with the knowledge that they had, with the experience that they had. Like it had to be
Mhm.
so tough, and but they were always there, no matter what, for everything. And I don't even know, like I don't know how they juggled it. I'm trying to juggle stuff or not trying to juggle stuff, and I'm just living in the moment. I don't know how they did it, but I know that they were there, and I think that's the biggest lesson. Is like as long as you're there, as long as I'm present, you'll figure it out. You'll make things happen because we're all just learning. I now know that my parents were just children trying to figure it out because I'm still a
Yes.
child just trying to
Yeah.
figure it out.
It's always keep the youth inside of you. And I'm
Yeah.
still learning that. I feel like I rushed too quickly, you know, so
Mhm.
I lost the child in me. And I feel like I'm learning how to accept like just being the child in like accepting the child in myself again, relearning how to love the things that I used to love back in and I know it's changed and as I've grown up, but I just want to bring the youthful side to me again, you know, cuz
I love that.
we you know we're grown up but we have to have humor. We have to have like that childlike personality sometimes because if we're too like straight and narrow all the time then we're being robotic at that point.
We lose ourselves. We end up on
We lose it.
autopilot. We lose the people around us. We lose our kids. You become not
Yeah.
fun to be around. Like
Yeah.
you're right. I never want to be that person.
Yeah. I don't want to do that. What's the funniest, most welcome and wholesome thing your kid has ever said about being a dad or a wrestler if she does talk?
No, I mean, she talks a lot,
Oh, she
but
talks.
she doesn't
Okay.
understand. Like, she doesn't understand the wrestling thing yet. Like, she doesn't. They haven't. My kids haven't associated. Like, oh, dad is this person. Like, they
Mm,
don't know yet. And
mm.
I'm excited to show them, but I'm not in a rush to do it either.
Does she play fight or with you? Like does she look for you to tickle her or like, you know, throw her around the
Oh yeah,
bed or the
jump.
house?
I taught her how to jump on me, so every time I'm on the floor, she learned how to just completely jump on with no fear. She'll just jump.
That's so cute. Wait till she really like puts together what you do and sees you on TV one day and is just like, wow, daddy just going around knocking
I
people
think
over
she's
and
gonna be,
stuff.
if anyone follows in my footsteps, I think it'll be her. She's the
Hmm.
more aggressive one. She's kind of built like me. She's a little tank, and
Hmm.
she just has more of my attitude than my son so far. And I think she'll be the one to be like, "Yep, I'm gonna do that," and I'll be here to help her along the way. I fully support that.
That is so cute. I hope that that happens because there's a lot of people in the WWE who come like have their kids do the same thing and walk in their footsteps. So to see her doing that, that would be really amazing for you and your family as well.
Yeah,
What do you want your kids to remember about you when they're grown?
that daddy was there. Like they knew who their father was in a world where so many people don't know who their dad is. And
Yeah.
not to say I don't know who my dad is. I know exactly who my dad is. But
Mhm.
so many other people that I grew up around have no idea who their father is, and they miss that structure in their life from having a dad. And I just want them to know that I was here. I want them to remember that dad was always there and he made it happen no matter what.
That's beautiful. And again, this is showing everyone like who is watching this that there are good dads out there, and despite your experience with your parents, it's up to you on how you're going to raise your children. Because you can have a bad experience have not having a dad, or you know, just not knowing your father. But it's when you do become a dad, it's up to you on how you're going to raise your child, if you're going to be there, if you're going to take your life and devote it to your child and be a good dad and set an example and be what your parent wasn't to you, to your children. That's
Or sometimes
important.
we couldn't, right? Like
Yeah.
I can't shit on my parents. Like I love my parents, but
Yeah.
they weren't offered a lot of the opportunities that I've been offered. They didn't have a lot of the chances that I've had, or they didn't
Mhm.
take them. So
Mhm.
sometimes it's not about just, it's just about being better. Be better than our parents. And I want to raise my kids to be better than I ever was.
Right.
But I want to set the standard for them up here at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah. For real. So let's
Mhm.
walk through your wrestling origin. Let's talk about the backstory behind that. When was the first time you remember loved watching wrestling, or on TV, a show, a magazine? 3 years old.
Three, 3 years
Wow.
old. 3 years old. That is as far back, and I know three because uh I have tapes
Mm.
from the 90s and it dates back to 96. That's my oldest tape. I was 3 years old, 96. I was born 93. My grandfather, who just made a year that he's passed, he would record all the pay-per-views for me. And we would watch the pay-per-views on the tape. So I have tapes dating back to 96. And I can remember them. And I knew at 3 years old, like, okay, I have an infatuation with this. They're recording it for me to watch. Like, obviously, there's something about it. And I knew at 3 years old that that's what I wanted to do.
Wow. And you would just collect them as a kid. You would just collect
Yeah,
them and watch.
he would record them. And back in the 90s, there wasn't that much to watch on TV. Like, we didn't have cable, there was no
Mm.
internet. Like,
Right.
so he
Yeah.
would record them. I'll go to my grandma's house, I'll pick up the tape, and I would have that pay per view on tape. And I'd watch the hell out of it all week, over and over and over and over. And then I find myself studying them. Like, okay, how are they doing this? How do they do this? And then I'm trying to replicate it in my room. I'm playing with my toys, trying to do the same thing. Like,
I was just gonna
it,
ask you, did you collect toys? Did you get any wrestling toys?
I didn't collect them. I destroyed them. Like I
Oh,
did whatever I could to break them. I
yeah.
have some, but like I would just break them. I was always trying to repeat what I saw on TV.
Yeah. If only you knew how much they're worth right now. Like,
I I don't even want to think about it. I don't even want to think about it.
if you only knew how much and how hard it is to get what we used to have back then. Even
Nah, I
with
don't.
even with
I'm good.
Pokemon cards and stuff, I used to collect all of that stuff. And my cousin grew up with wrestling. My very close cousin of mine. He had all the wrestling toys. He had the ring set up, everything. And it's almost like we got rid of it, not knowing that it would be so priceless to have right now at this day and age, especially. It's going for hundreds and thousands of dollars to
Yeah.
just get what we used to have. Even collect like card collections, just a whole bunch of memorabilia stuff that we had as a kid, and we took it for granted. We just let it go. But it's so much, it's worth it right now.
Nostalgia, it's nostalgia. Nostalgia is a hell of a drug, and people
Yeah.
our age are willing to pay almost everything to have a piece of their old life back.
Yeah.
That's what it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah. So who trained you, and what was your earliest training memory?
Let's see. Besides studying the tapes as a kid and my bedroom and the pillow training me, because that's what I would wrestle when I was little.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we started out, me and my two best friends. The first wrestling school we went to was called the Ludus Wrestling School, run by Joel Maximo.
Mm.
Uh, we did shows there. Like we would do shows there with this backyard group. Anyone who's ever been in backyard wrestling, we would actually put on shows in a ring. because the Ludus would let us put on these shows every month for free, and we didn't know what the hell we were doing, but we were getting good experience working in front of a live audience that would come and watch us. So the wrestling was trash, but the experience was
Mm.
perfect. From there, we would move on to House of Glory,
Yeah.
where I was trained by Amazing Red, who runs the school, Brian Excel, who also runs the school, and then everybody else who had their hand in training us, which is Smiley, Private Party from AEW, who came up with us, um, Monte. Like, there's so many different people that had their touch on us.
Their touch, yeah.
And House of Glory is where we really started to, really learn how to put the pieces together. And we went in there, and I'm not trying to brag, but we were already hanging with the people that were already at a certain level because we
Yeah.
had already worked a crowd. We
Yeah.
was doing backyard wrestling, working crowds in the park. And I'm
Yeah.
talking like 50, 60 people that'll come to the park and just watch us play on the ground.
Wow.
Yeah, crazy, crazy.
That so
House of
you
Glory though, that's where it all, like, the first professional match that I had, I would say House of Glory 2015. But we was wrestling for 3, 4 years before that.
so you were already getting that backyard experience before you went into House of Glory. So um did you have any mentors or someone like who paid your dues or opened doors for you for that the House of Glory, or any match that you've ever done in the backyard at all?
Nobody nobody that really mentored. It was kind of like, I remember, like, yo, we got to get professionally trained. Like, if we want to do this, we got to get trained professionally.
Mhm.
And um, we were looking into schools, and I had a friend who wrote to me, not my friend, one of my older brother's friends, and he said, "Hey, there's this independent show. Come check it out." I didn't even know what independent wrestling was at
Mhm.
all. I was in college. I'm like, okay. We showed up early. We saw Matt Striker, who was a professional wrestler at the time, who wrestled for WWE. He was scouting
Mhm.
talent, and he told us, "Hey, just take a seat." And we sat there for 4 hours and just watched some of the shittiest wrestling I've ever seen. But these guys were getting scouted for WWE.
Mm.
And that was my first put on to, like, oh, you can get trained for this? Like, this is also a school? Like, we can do this? And the promoter there, Johnny Rods, he's like, yeah, you pay $3,000, you come to the school, and you'll train. Like, I'll make you a world champion. I was like,
Wow, that sold
I'll
you
be a world.
right then
This
there.
is sports. He tells everybody that. He wants you to pay for the school, whatever.
Mhm.
But I was young. I'm like, yo, you heard that? I could be world champion. Like,
Mhm.
yeah, fuck it. I didn't end up going to that school, but I took my financial aid check from
Mhm.
school. I knew I wasn't going to go back to college. I was
Mhm.
studying advertising and design. I love art, just not that much.
Mhm.
And I took that last $1,000. I enrolled in a gym. I got myself into shape, into better shape than what I've ever been, and started surfing the internet for wrestling schools. And then I came across House of Glory.
So what was your first match like when you joined? Was it, or even in the backyard? Let's talk about the backyard because I want to talk about the House of Glory in itself in a little bit. But what was
Mhm.
your matches like when you first like stepped foot in the backyard? When you won, lost, was it nervous for you? Like paint the scene of what it looked like for you.
It was the most innocent time of my life
Yeah.
because I, I will never be that innocent again when it comes to wrestling. Like, it's picture
Yeah.
a 4-year-old, just you send the 4-year-old to the park to play. That was my play.
Mhm.
Like, I was just playing, and it was good. Like, people would come and watch, and like, even in school, in Heritage one time, we started wrestling in the cafeteria, the gymateria, but like people were convinced that I was hurt. But I wasn't. I was acting. And that just
Wow.
fed the ego a little bit. Like, I was like, wow, I'm actually good at this. So doing the backyard stuff just gave me the confidence to be like, I can do this for real. Like, I
Mm.
can actually do this. Not only have I been watching this and loved this my whole life, I know that I can do this at a certain
Mhm.
level. And I would attack it after that with no fear, no fear at all.
I
And it, it felt
remember.
it felt good. It was a high to have those people and those kids come up to me in the park
Yeah.
and be like, "Oh, that was so cool. This looked like this. I want to do that." It's like, how can I make this bigger now?
Yeah.
Can't just stay in the park. That's for kids. That's
Hmm.
child's play. How can I make that bigger? And that's it took off from there.
I remember seeing you guys in the park and I'm thinking, what the hell? I'm being so honest. I'm thinking, what the hell are these kids doing? And you guys are on the park throwing each other around. And I'm just like, it looks like you guys are hurting yourself. It looks like you guys are getting into a fight. But in reality, it's an art that you guys are doing. It's more than just wrestling. It's an art. It's a passion. It's everything that gets put into that. And you're sacrificing your own body to just create this art. And it's different. A lot of people on the outside looking in is probably looking at it like, oh, what is this guy doing? Like, why would he put himself through that? But they don't see that there's a lot that gets put into what you do. And they would have to know. They would just have to like watch it in order to see like and see the behind the scenes of what you guys go through in order to understand where it comes from.
Yeah,
Um,
it's tough. It's performance art. That's how I
it's
equate wrestling.
performance art,
It's
yeah.
performance art. If you watch people dance, a
Mhm.
lot of it is the same. A lot of it is the same. Those dancers put themselves on the line too. That dancing stuff is not easy. If you do it at a
Mhm.
certain level, it is not easy.
Yeah.
Wrestling is the same. It's a dance, and you don't know unless you know.
Mm. Yeah, unless you watch it or you come from someone that does it, just do your research. If you don't know something, just do your research.
Hmm.
Um, so what has been your biggest career defining match or turning point so far?
Uh, it's tough. I have a couple because I was able to wrestle my best friend. Like I had a match with my best friend, Lucas, and it was on the anniversary of no, it was on my older brother's birthday. My older brother passed away.
Wow.
Um,
Rest in
I
peace
was
to
able to
him.
have a match with my best friend, and that was all we ever wanted getting into wrestling. We said if we ever have a match with each other, like that's it. Like I'm happy. That was the goal, and I was
Mm,
able to do that. Like I was able to have a match with my best friend. We got a standing ovation. People in the crowd were crying. I was crying. Like we did that. I was able to do that. That was goal
wow.
number one, and I was able to do that. So now I needed a refresh. Like, okay, what's next? I don't even know
What's
what to do
next?
next. Like, I could
Yeah.
do more. Okay, let's do more. And after it was House of Glory, getting into House of Glory, and then being able to perform for House of Glory was another one. So being
Hmm.
able to walk down that stage, oh man, what a feeling! And I've been able to do that too. Um, and I'm sure we'll get into it, but Subway
Hmm.
Mania, being a part of Subway Mania, and now working with like people that are my heroes and being acknowledged by the people that I watched growing up,
Right.
that's like I I I can't even put that into words. That right there is the biggest accomplishment. The
Yeah.
people that I watched know who I am and are acknowledging me and co-signing what I do. That's if I had to stop today, I wouldn't like it, but I can't be mad. I can't be mad.
You did a lot of things that you want to do, and I'm sure there's a lot more that you
Oh,
have in store for yourself. And I'm gonna talk about that a little bit because I want to pick your brain and see what you have in mind when it comes to your career and how further you want to take this.
mhm.
What's the best mistake that has happened or something that has went wrong but led to growth in this career that you've been chasing?
Ooh, I guess stepping away, finally giving into all the negativity and the pressure.
Hmm.
I gave in. I gave up. I let it go.
Yeah.
And I thought that, all right, this is as far as I go. Like I don't want to do it anymore. But sometimes that's our way of saying, hey, maybe you need a reset. You don't have to give it up fully, but maybe you just need to do something else, get some experience here, refresh your brain, and come back to it. And I think stepping away, if I wouldn't have stepped away, there's so many different opportunities I stepped away from. Um, Like I know for a fact I would be either on TV somewhere or just touring somewhere wrestling had I not stepped away.
Mm.
But I needed to gain the knowledge and the respect for what I'm doing now. I needed to step away before. I was losing respect for the business. just because I was getting jaded.
Mm. So you stood up for yourself essentially. And
Yeah,
yeah,
I stood up for myself.
yeah.
It didn't feel like it at the time, but I did, and it was the right decision.
So it's safe to say that sometimes taking that risk is the biggest reward at the end. Maybe the self-doubt in that moment is only for that moment. And then when you actually take the step to come back, you can come back with a clearer mindset and
Yeah, not
essentially
feelings are
just,
feelings are not forever. Our feelings
yeah.
change all the time, and some one day you might wake up and be like, "Yo, I'm tired of this," and then if you just push on a little longer, like you'll be all right. Like just because you don't feel like it today doesn't mean that it's gonna be like that always. Just take a
Mhm.
step back, breathe, and come back to it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So being an independent wrestler or indies wrestler takes a whole different kind of hustle. And I want to know, what does it take to be an indie wrestler? And what does that mean to you personally?
It takes a lot of passion. You can't do this if you don't have passion for it. If you don't have a love for it, it's not gonna work. If you're just doing it because it's like, oh, this is fun or whatever, like you're not gonna be successful at it. You're not because
Mm,
it hurts. Every day I wake up, it hurts.
mm,
And I'm 32. My body hurts all the time. And if you're not comfortable with that, if you don't want to live like that, if you're like, I'm thinking about the next 20 years. If I'm hurting now, my God, what
mhm,
am I in for in the next 20 years? If you're not ready to accept that, I, do something else. Do
right.
something else. You have to really love it. You have to really love other people because I don't do this for me, I guess. Like, yeah, it's fun to me, and maybe there's a sick side of my head where I'm just like, yeah, this is fun. Let's put my body on the line, but it's still not for me. I do it for those kids that come up to me after a show, and this is the best thing they've seen all week, and they look at me like a superhero.
Mhm,
Like I do it for that, for the people around me that are living through me. Like, yo, that's so cool. You could do this. Like, you inspired me to do this, and I want to chase my dreams. Or I was having a bad week, or somebody's like, I was gonna kill myself, and I see what you do, and
mhm,
it's like, I want to be like you. Once you start getting that type of recognition, you can't stop. And you have to really not be selfish to want to keep going. And I want to keep going so I could give something back to all those people. You have to. It's a grind. It's hard. And being an independent wrestler is very thankless. Like there's a lot you don't see, the long trips. If I'm driving to a show, sometimes I'm driving 5 hours to stay there for a whole show. And a show could be another 4 or 5 hours. And then I leave at the end, drive another 5 hours back, only for what, a 10-minute match?
I was gonna ask you that after this. I was gonna ask you, how do you manage that? Your bookings, your travel, your promotion, mostly on your own, right? Because this is all
Yeah.
you. So how are you doing that all together? All of that
You
stuff.
just you just do it. And the more
Wow.
you do it, the more it does itself after a while, to be honest with you. Like any new wrestlers that are watching or watch this, whatever, like once you take that first leap forward, once you take that first booking, they just start coming.
Mm,
They'll be like, hey, you want to come here? Hey. And if you're saying yes, you don't even have time to process it. It's just, yes, okay, I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna be here, or I'm gonna be here, I'm gonna be here, and it starts taking care of itself, to be
mm,
honest with you. I don't even think about it. I just dive in.
yeah. And I can imagine it's a lot of financial burden too, because you're paying for everything, right?
Yes.
Everything is
So
from
you're not
you.
making any money. It's not like these places are paying me a bunch of money. Like I'm spending more money getting there than I would any pay that they were going to give me if they could even afford it. Because a lot of these places, like they can't even afford it. Depends how
Mm,
many people show up, and you got to sell tickets. And it's just a whole thing. Like, but I never got into this for the money
mm-hmm,
ever, so I don't care. Like, I know some people would look at it and think I'm crazy. It's like I'm not thinking about the money. For me, it's the moments. For me, it's so my kids could have something to look back at and be like, wow, that was my dad.
mm-hmm,
My lady went to college. Like she did all that and God bless her for doing that. I didn't do that. So to do something completely different in this world to stand out and to make it. And wrestling is that for me. And right now, I'm not worried about the money. Let's just go make the moments and the memories, and the rest will pay itself off.
So, what would be what is the hardest part of being in indies versus being signed somewhere?
Money, money.
So
When you're
that's
wrestling on the indies, you're not making anything.
okay. So the devotion or like the obligation to being signed to somewhere, how does that work when it comes to being in indies versus being signed?
Well, if you're signed somewhere, you got a nice contract, hopefully.
Mhm.
Uh, so you're getting consistent pay. Sometimes it's not a lot. Like these guys pay for their own rental cars, their own travel.
Mhm.
They're not insured, so there's no like health insurance through the companies most of the time. They're considered independent contractors, but once you sign a contract, you could only work for that company. Um, so it's really just money managing, and but you're making a consistent paycheck. And if you work for WWE now, you're probably making big bucks because
Mhm.
they're making money right now. But
Yeah.
other places, like as long as you're living comfortable and you're okay with that, they handle all their own stuff though. You got to get your own travel, your own food, your own everything, everything. But that's
Where's
easier when you're getting a paycheck.
where's the farthest place you've ever traveled to?
West Virginia. I try not to go past that because my car couldn't handle that. My old car
Mhm.
was not handling anything past that. I used to have a Toyota Yaris 2009. And I used to say that it took me to the moon and back because there was over 250,000 miles on it. And by the time it finally gave out, it was at 300,000 miles. Uh, and I took that bad boy all the way to West Virginia for a match that I
Paramount.
hardly did anything in.
And that's about
And
like
I hit
eight
the
eight
corner like this.
hours, right? 8 hours from New York City or 10 hours,
No,
is it?
not that
Not
part.
that
What was
far?
it, like 5?
Is it like 5?
Maybe?
Yeah.
It was far.
Looks like yeah.
It was far. And
Yeah.
the Yaris was smaller than this screen. I was couldn't even couldn't
But
even do it.
this is a part of your journey and your story. Like this is a part of your testimony. That those sacrifices. There's a lot of people who live in their car, and
Yeah.
and they have unfortunate stories where they're homeless, but they're still making their career happen. So a lot of what we go through is just our testimony, and we have to push past that because it's not forever. It's like that's only temporary, and
That's
what we're going through right now is just gonna be a bigger reward at the end. And
that's how I try and attack everything. Like even when I
yeah.
had that little Yaris, during pandemic, and I'm just gonna go off into a story.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I had gotten fired from my job before the pandemic, so I didn't qualify for the unemployment checks that everybody was getting,
Mm-hmm.
and I knew I was gonna get fired. So before that, I set aside $1,000 for another year of wrestling school just to make sure that even if I got fired, I was gonna make it a wrestler, no matter what. So I anticipated it, whatever. Paid for the wrestling school, but then pandemic hit, and I found myself with no unemployment, no job, and car payment I had to keep up with, bills I had to keep up with, and I was basically living out of that little Toyota Yaris. I
Mm-hmm.
started doing Uber Eats just to make enough money to keep the car going so that I can go to wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it means to me. That I was doing everything I can with nothing just to be able to make it there. And it was tough. Like I had nothing. I remember my $30. Last $30. The car was breaking down every other week. It was the middle of the summertime. It was hot. I'm doing Uber Eats. I'm making like $30 a day at the
Wow.
time.
Mm-hmm.
And the car shut down on me in the middle of the day. And I like lost it. I'm like, yo, I'm giving up now because I'm like, I have nothing. I have no money. Uh, my mom is there, obviously, but when you grow up putting that burden on your shoulders of trying to take care of everybody and you don't have it, you don't even want to show your face to these people.
Mm-hmm.
How can I show my face if I'm struggling right now and I'm someone who always has it together? And the car broke down, and I before that I was always like, yeah, I gotta go to church. My mom's like, you always gotta go to church. You gotta go to church. Like,
Mhm.
I will when I have time. I didn't realize how much time I actually had. In my head, I was like, I don't have time. I'm in the moment. I'm not in the moment. I'm thinking ahead too much,
Mhm.
and I'm not taking care of what's here. The car shut down, and I look to my left, and it's a fucking church. The church is right there with the doors wide open, and I'm like, I'm about to break down. It's hot. The car, I have no gas. I only have my last $30. That's it. And I walked into the church, and I sat there, and I cried like a baby. And I never said this story in public. I sat there and I cried like a baby and I prayed and I asked for forgiveness. And I don't know how many people here are watching that are religious. And I'm not the most holy person, whatever, but I do believe in God. I cried it out and I went in my car and I went home. And the very next day, I got called for 2 jobs. This is the middle of pandemic. They weren't calling nobody. Like, it wasn't happening. I wasn't getting called back. They called me 2 jobs, were ended up competing for me. One of them even offered me whatever pay I wanted.
Wow.
How does that how
Mhm.
does that happen? Right? What?
Mhm.
Like, I get, ooh, how does that
Yeah.
happen? I took the job and I've been working ever since, not in the same place, but I've been now consistently with a job since then. And all that is to say is that I had nothing and I kept going. I had nothing and I kept going. And if you just stay the course, no matter how hard it is and what you're doing, like, just try not to give up. And if you believe in God, man, that man is up there to help you. And he wants us to turn to him, and sometimes he'll put the biggest burdens on you just so that you can go to him.
Just so you
So
can
he
go
can
to
show
him.
you I'm here. I'm here for you. A lot of people blame all their burdens. I used to blame God. Like, why are you putting me through this? Why?
Mhm.
I used to blame everybody else but myself. When I went down that rabbit hole, like, why is this not happening? Why is this not happening? It's everybody else's fault but mine.
Mhm.
You gotta let that go. Learn to let go.
Let go and let God.
Yes. Amen.
Amen. And thank you for sharing that here with us, because a lot of people look for stories like this, including myself. I speak for myself, and I do have a big faith in God, and I always tell my child all the time, keep God first, because it's very true. And the moment that you lose faith in God, He shows you. He shows you. And I've had a lot of moments like that, where I question God. I even question him today, like over the simplest hiccup. But speaking to you now, it's just like things happen for a reason. Yeah, I'm a little late. Yeah, something just happened. But the biggest reward is just keeping the faith and making sure that you keep doing what you have to do with good intention, and good things will come to you and good things happen for you. Just keep your faith and keep God first. So thank you for
Amen.
sharing that story, because it means a lot. um
Mhm.
Real quick, I want to talk about what you learned from the business side of being an indies wrestler. And this includes merch, marketing, self-branding. Like, what did you gain from doing this on your own?
It's constant work. If you really want to make something out of it, it's constant work. And if you don't want to be one of those annoying people who's always putting their shit out there, whatever, then
Mhm.
it's not gonna work. You have to be that person. You have to constantly push your stuff out because nobody else is gonna do it for you. Whether if you see other interviews or whatever, like, I'm always wearing our merch or something that has to do with that all the time.
Mhm.
All the time. You have to constantly push, constantly, constantly, constantly. And I learned that it's a constant grind. It's a constant grind, and you're probably not going to get back as much as you put in. So you have to find your reason why,
Mm.
because a lot of the times money is not going to be it until you hit a certain point.
Yes, I agree. Even as a streamer, because there's a lot of streamers in here right now who are thinking to themselves, how am I going to do this if I don't have this camera? Or how am I going to do this if I don't have this equipment? And it's just like, invest into yourself, and also know that a lot of the things that you're putting in right now is going to be worth it in the end. It's going to be worth
Yeah.
it. Right now you might not be making the money. And I have to tell myself that sometimes too, where it's like, I'm putting myself out there on every platform. I may be annoying to some, where I'm just like in people's face constantly telling them, go follow me here, go follow me here, go watch me here, go watch me. But this is my career. This is what I'm doing. This is what I choose to do. And I have to tell myself, you might be a little annoyed of yourself because you're constantly having to put yourself out there. But you're self branding. I am my brand. My face is my brand. My name is my brand. So if you hear Gabby
Yes.
Milian and everything, it's because this is my brand. And with wrestlers, it's the same thing. Your name is your brand. Your art is your brand. So you have to constantly put yourself out there, wear your merch until people recognize you. Because that's essentially what we're doing. We're trying to be recognized because that's our career. That's what we do. Um,
And be
and
genuine about it.
and genuine,
A lot of
exactly.
people, a lot of people aren't genuine about it, and you could tell, yo, they're just trying to get the money from it. But it's like
Yeah.
I get more out of people that like I genuinely connect with than if I'm just trying to push stuff at people. Like nobody cares about that. Like don't nobody care about that.
Yeah.
Just be a genuine person, and the rest will come. And don't expect. Stop
Mm,
expecting. I have no expectations when I put something out. It's just put it out and see what happens. Bring this
and see
shirt
what
out
happens.
and see what happens. If people like you and they respect you, whatever, maybe they want it. If they don't, it's fine too. I'm putting it out for me. I liked it. It is what it is. I'm not gonna slow down anytime soon.
Mm. So, how do you keep your motivation high when there's no huge contract at the end? So, what keeps you focused on that prize at that given moment?
I think just the ones that do support me, um,
Mm-hmm.
those kids, man, those kids, I see myself in those kids sometimes. And
Mm-hmm.
like the person that I wish I had growing up, I try and be for them, and that just keeps me going. Every show I go to, there's some kid somewhere, or groups of kids, or whole families that come up to me and believe in me that much. Like some of them take their last pay to come to a show just so they could see us and follow us, and they look at us like these larger than life characters sometimes, and that's what keeps me going. Whether it's one kid or 100, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'd
Yeah.
rather get that one kid than none. So that's what keeps me going. That I know that I'm going to get at least one, and that's important to me.
And let's talk about your brothers because they keep you going too. You're the cult, right? You guys
Mhm.
call yourself the cult, or by order of the cult, if I'm correct.
That's on Instagram. So follow at by
Okay.
order of the cult.
Okay. So
That's where
by
you'll
order
find
of
the
the
cult.
cult. Okay. So the cult is three of you, correct?
Mhm.
Who are these people to you?
My brothers.
Your
Those are my
brothers.
brothers in arms. You got Lucas, who I talked about earlier, who I,
Mm-hmm.
I dove into this with from high school. We all went to the same high school. He was a quiet kid in high school. Short stuff too. Like he was way smaller than me. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
short. Now he's like this and he's kind of buff. But
Mm-hmm.
we jumped into that together. And Dead Kid, who that's his name. His mom calls him Dead Kid. So we're not even gonna we're not even gonna get into his real name. But Dead Kid is
Okay.
our other brother who he um he came in along the way. Once he started seeing us do the backyard stuff, his whole dream was to be YouTube famous at the time when YouTube was just getting hot. He's like, I just want to be
Mm-hmm.
famous on YouTube, and I love wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, all right, come wrestle with us. Come do this stuff on YouTube for us.
Yeah.
And we bonded from there. Once we related to wrestling, there was no separating us. And many places have tried to separate us. And the first thing we do before we go anywhere, I swear, we stand outside and we look at each other and we tell each other, if we're not doing this together, then we're not doing it.
Wow.
Period. We will not separate. And they've tried. It does not work. And that you don't find people like that anymore, ever. And it helps when you're on the road for 5 hours and you got your brothers with you. And it helps when you're in the locker room with a bunch of sharks because wrestling is filled with a bunch of selfish sharks, bro. But I have these two
Mm.
guys to kind of back me up all the time, all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And we make up for each other's kind of whatever this one lacks, I have. Whatever I lack, he
Yeah.
has. It helps
Yeah.
us get by. They mean everything to my career. Like we could stay here and talk about me or whatever, but if it wasn't for them, I probably wouldn't have chased it this hard.
Yeah. And I want to talk more about that. But I have a question. Is the cult a heel group or a babyface group? Uh
But
p-
the cult gets a bad rep.
ah.
It sounds bad and evil, right? But really, the cult, we're just throwing the wrestling business back in your face. That's all it is. The wrestling business is filled with a bunch of places that act like a cult. Like if you're
Mm.
here, you can't wrestle anywhere. You need to worship this place and you can only wrestle here and you're part of us or whatever. So we decided to throw it back at everybody and we called ourselves the cult to throw it back in the wrestling world's face. Now, if you disagree with some of the ways that we handle that, that's on you. I don't know if you want to call us bad guys or good guys. We just there to get shit done and make our drive back home.
So would you say it's performance first or is it narrative driven? What type of community would you say you have?
With the cult,
Yeah, with the cult. Yeah.
performance,
Performance.
definitely performance. Like it's we're bad guys when you see us wrestle. Definitely bad guys. But what's funny about us is that when the show is off, everybody wants to hang out with us. Everybody wants that because they're like, wow, that was so cool. You guys did this, and they're like, we bring something so different to the table. I guess. Well, you got a Puerto Rican dude, a black dude, and an Algerian dude. Like
Yeah.
I feel like we're bringing the world together. How can we
And
be
it,
the bad guys?
and people could see your brotherhood. That's what it is too. They want to get around that vibe, and you guys are strong together. So I think that that's what also makes you guys different is that brotherhood mentality and that vibe you give, and everybody wants parts of that. Even people who
Yeah,
envy that, there's people who might envy that, and that's why they want to break you guys apart. Because it's like,
I
no,
agree.
no, they don't want to see it. There's people who don't want to see it. But
I know. They've tried many a times to say, you guys should be separate, or hey, he's better than you. You should leave him and go do your own thing. And it's like, no,
mm,
that ain't happening. And I think
that's
we treat everybody the same. Like the same way we're connected and we're like brothers. If you sat in 5 minutes with us at a table, we're gonna be treating you the same way we treat each other. And I guess that helps in having people want to be cool with us because we
mhm,
just treat everybody the same. We don't care who you are, what you've done. We don't judge you. Like it is what it is. Like we're just here to have fun.
yeah. So are there any memorable matches with them that you have or storylines that you're proud of?
We had a match once, House of Glory. We hadn't been there for a few months, almost a year. We kind of took a step back. Um, and Amazing Red called us back. Amazing
Mm.
Red, if anybody knows Amazing Red, he's a legend in the business.
Shout out to
Part
Amazing
of
Red.
TNA. He's the man, right? He called us back. We were in a group chat with him. He's like, yo, I gotta come back. He was just getting over an injury. He broke his ankle prior to
Mm,
that, doing the mocaps for the WWE video games.
okay.
He broke his ankle, so he wanted to come back. He wanted to test out his new ankle, and he wanted to use us to test it out. Yeah, yeah. So he called us back to the school as a surprise.
Mm.
And this is when live and stuff was just getting hot. So he said, okay,
Mhm.
I'm going to go on live, watch the live. And when I say this on the live, you guys run in and we'll start from there. We didn't
Mm.
know who was facing. Like we didn't know what was going on. We just said, okay, when he says this, we're gonna run in. And we haven't been at the school in a year. I don't know if people are gonna like us. I don't know what's going on. This is live. So everyone on Amazing Red Live is watching it. Like Sasha Banks was watching it. Like all these people from WWE are just watching this match live. So he said the word, and I have this recorded. I think it's on our page. And we just ran in and started beating up whoever the fuck was in the ring.
Is that match
Whoever was in the ring.
anywhere on YouTube or anywhere where anyone
It,
can
it's
see it?
on YouTube, definitely on YouTube, and it's
Okay.
it's on the poll page for sure. For sure, it has to be. Um, and we just went in there, and I went in with my cell phone, recording it too, laughing, like just beating people up. And we had a whole
Wow.
match there with Amazing Red, which is an honor that I got to share the ring with Amazing Red. Um, Mighty Monte, and Mark Quinn from Private Party in AEW, who
Wow.
always believed in us. Mark Quinn, shout out to Mark Quinn because he always believed in us. And we had a banger. No plan, no script, no a year off, so we hadn't even trained. Amazing Red's ankle was just fresh, like fresh, and we just went in there, and that stands out because it really solidified that I belong here.
Mm,
To go in there with those three people, us three, just on the fly, to do something like that in front of whoever we did it, like not only in front of the school, but this was on live. A couple hundred people were watching the live, like famous wrestlers just watching it.
mm.
And I got a pinfall over Amazing Red. Like that stands out. That's crazy.
It is. And that is so cool. I find that so cool. And there's a lot of people in here who are very big fans of wrestling and WWE. And I'm sure they're looking at this like, wow, like, oh my God, this is crazy. Because I have close friends in here that are really into wrestling and WWE. And I know that when I spoke to them about you being on the podcast, they were really excited. And this is a honor to have you here and talk
Thank
about your
you.
experience, especially with the House of Glory. And shout out to Amazing Red and the House of Glory and SubwayMania, because you guys are doing really big things. This is huge. But before we get into the House of Glory, I want to ask you, who's the prankster, the strategist, and the coach a part of the cult?
Ooh,
How would you describe each and every
I'm
character?
the dad of the group.
You're the dad,
I'm
okay?
the dad. I'm the one that like. So in character, Lucas, like he's the leader. He's the one that could do the talk and do the character work, and he can really go from who he is as a person to somebody completely different. He does that
Mm,
very well, and
mm,
he's very athletic. It's the
mm,
African in him, I think, but he's very good at that. That kid is he's just the crazy one. He's the fearless one. He's silent but deadly.
mm.
He's the one that we kind of just throw in there if we want to awe like an awe moment. But I'm the dad. I think I'm the one that kind of keeps everybody
Do you
together.
mediate things? Do you feel like you mediate things in your group?
Yes, but I'm also the one that causes them because I'm the one
Oh,
that barks at them. I'm the one that'll bark at them. Like they hate coming to me because everything turns into a lecture. Everything.
my God.
I always gotta lecture them. I always gotta. I feel like I'm always like this to them. Like, yo, what's up? But I don't think we would have it any other way. And pranking each other is pretty. We all hate each other equally. So
So, who got introduced to the House of Glory first in your cult group? Who got connected with the House of Glory and Subwomen? It was you,
always me, the dad. I'm always
the
the one
dad.
to reach out to people and do all that. And I mean, it's in me. I think it's just in my blood to connect with people in that way. Um, it was me. I found the school and I said, "Hey, we're gonna go there. Let's do it." And they're just like, "All right, let's do it."
And they were like, "Let's go." So, what's the energy like at the House of Glory versus Subway Mania?
Oof. Well, House of Glory at the time, it was just very tight. Like everybody there it felt like family. Um, I don't really know how it is now because I haven't been to the school,
Mm-hmm.
but there's a lot of new faces. There's a lot more people. So I know that it's not as tight as it was before, but it's still
Mm-hmm.
probably the best wrestling school you can go to in New York City. But back when we were there, but we were like family, everybody. We was
Mm,
grinding together till 2 in the morning. Um, it was a lot more personal. We was just in this hot, like warehouse store looking thing, like and just working out and grinding together. And we really tried to everybody just pushed each other. And now it's a lot bigger and not as personal, but still the best, still the best wrestling school in the city. Subway Mania, that's different. That's back to being innocent again. Just like we were
mm,
in the backyard.
mm-hmm.
That's as close to that as I can get. Subway Mania
Explain
is
it
a
a little bit. Explain Subway Mania for those who are just not educated behind Subway Mania.
so Subway Mania was created by Tim Rivera. This is his brainchild, and it started out as with him and a group of his friends. They, I think he had a belt. He got a WWE belt for
Mm-hmm.
Christmas or a gift,
Mm-hmm.
and he's a filmmaker. So he's like, what can I do with this belt that'll gain some traction or some views or just be funny?
Mm-hmm.
And they started wrestling in a train. Just they dressed up as wrestlers and
Mm,
started wrestling in a train. and I think one of the videos kind of just took off, and they met Dead Kid, who's my best friend, my brother, and he became the referee. And I think they put him through a table or something, and that got like 1 million views,
Wow.
and it just started blowing up. They're like, "Yo, we have something here. We have something here." And they tried to convince us to do me and Lucas, "Hey, you guys, you got to do it too." And I was like, "No, absolutely not. I'm not dressing up as some wrestler to go into the train to to wrestle. I'm an actual wrestler. These guys are not wrestlers. Tim
Mm.
Rivera is not a wrestler, right? And that's no knock on him. Tim, I love you. Tim is not a wrestler. His friends are not wrestlers. You can't take me who's training and an actual wrestler. Like, the fuck out of here. What do I look like?"
Mm.
Eh, That didn't last very long. I saw that kid doing it. I said, okay, if we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this so good that it's gonna be too good. Like, I want to
Mm.
legitimize. I want it to
Mm.
look good. Like, if we're gonna go in there and play wrestle, let's actually make it look like a wrestling match is going on in the train. And
Mm.
I'll give ourselves the credit where it's due. Once we did that, it started taking off more. Because now I feel like we legitimized it.
Mm.
It needed a bunch of real wrestlers on it to make it legit and not just some like, oh yeah, you guys are just having fun playing in a train. And it started
So
taking off.
so tell me, what was your favorite match or training moment in the Subway Mania? Like what was your best get up that you feel you like invested yourself into and you executed?
Everybody loves the Bubba Ray Dudley, the Dudley Boys.
Mm.
Everybody loves that. Obviously, it's easy to love that. Like, you put somebody through a table, like, it's funny. I have the stare looking like it's
And you
ridiculous.
imitated him pretty well. I was watching some of your videos and you and your best friend look like the Dudley brothers, or I think
He's also the
that's what they
referee. That's that kid. He plays the Dudley brother, and he's the referee. So it's
Oh,
hilarious.
yes, I've
Um,
seen him in the getup too, in the
yeah,
ring. I think at House of Glory. Did you guys take it to
yeah,
House of Glory? That's
yeah,
hilarious.
yeah. So that's a full circle moment. So going into the story, like, everybody loves the Dudleys. That was the first initial character I played in Subway Mania. It took convincing to do it. House of Glory, and this is not a knock on anybody,
Mhm.
it was frowned upon. A lot of people didn't want us to do it because we were coming out of something serious.
Mm.
And it was frowned upon. Like, you're an actual wrestler. You're gonna go play wrestle in the train. Not only play wrestle, you're gonna dress up as legends and
Mm.
play wrestle in the train. Oh no, you can't do that. Absolutely not.
Mhm.
And people didn't want us to do it. I would dare say that we were almost blackballed from wrestling because
Wow.
of it. And it scared me. Oh, I was scared because I this is all I ever wanted. Like, because I'm having fun with Subway Mania, like, it's gonna affect all my opportunities actual wrestling. That's part of the reason why I needed it to look good. It
Mhm.
had to look good. If I was gonna play Bubba Ray, I was gonna become Bubba Ray Dudley.
Mm.
And I think once I went into it with that mentality, slowly after time, 1 million views here, a million views there, one table here, one table there, people started to respect it more. And then once the Dudleys started co-signing it, like, oh, this is awesome, like, putting it
How
on
did
there.
that feel? How did that feel? Tears? Wow.
It's all I ever wanted.
Yeah.
I'm being acknowledged by the people that I grew up watching. People like The Rock, the Hardy Boys, the Dudleys, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Mick Foley, like, all these people are seeing what we're doing and they like it.
Mm.
They like it. That's the biggest compliment because I all I ever wanted to do was be involved with those people.
And you took that risk because you knew it came with devotion, and you're like, I'm going to make it. I'm going to execute this. It's going to work. And that
Yes,
attitude made it happen. You made it happen for a lot of people, not just for yourself. You took the biggest sacrifice for your career and you got a big reward out of it. And that shows. It really is inspiring
thank
to a
you,
lot of
thank you.
people.
I don't think about it often, but yeah, it's true.
I'm
And
glad
I
you
would
took
hope
that. Yeah.
I would hope it opened the door for a lot of people, even just to be like, "Yo, I'm scared of doing this. Just do it. Just do it. But believe in yourself." Oh my God.
Oh,
It's all right. I'm gonna fix that right.
it's okay. That's how true it is.
Wait, we'll find light. Find light. We find light. Let's go
Chat,
stay over. Yo,
how's
chat, stay with me.
everybody
I'm still here.
going? We're still here, guys. How's
I'm
everybody
still here.
doing?
Oh, can I turn that light on? Oh, thank you, thank you. Look, somebody hooked it up. I can't see. How can you see? Oh my God, you're the best. All right, all right, all right. Yeah, yeah.
That's so cool. So,
That's
are
fine.
there any backstage rituals or superstitions that you have before you step out into a match or
I have to every time right before I head out, I have to pee. That's it.
wow.
Like the worst pee ever. Like I'm doing the pee pee dance. Like I'm just like, yo, what's going on? And then it's bad because I have tights on sometimes, and there's no bathroom in sight. Like I'm literally at the entrance, so I gotta find somewhere to go. Right before a match, I gotta find somewhere to go at least 2 or 3 times. That's
Wow.
the that's
Is
the
it
ritual.
nerves? Is it nerves or
I don't get nervous at this point. Um, I get excited.
hmm.
I think I'm just too excited. You ever seen
So
a
it's like a
puppy that
dog.
when you
Yeah,
first get
they're
home?
just
Yeah,
wagging their tail. Yeah.
yeah, and then they piss all over the place. Yeah, at this point, it's just excitement.
Yeah, so explain the fan base at these events because I'm sure that's what you're excited about. You're like ramped up. You hear the audience, you're pumped up already. So tell me about a fan interaction that stuck with you or any stories that you have about the fans.
So my goal every time I go out there is to try and entice somebody to hit me every
Mm,
time. So if I get you riled up to the point where you want to hit me, that's my goal. And I've come very close. Like there's been a couple people that try to fight me every time. Um, and it's kind of scary, but fun because you never know what you're walking into. And a lot of the shows we do in PA, a lot of people have guns. They're threatening you after the show, like, fuck you, motherfucker. Like, I'm gonna get you. Like, yeah. So I think whenever I get fans to interact that way and get in my face, man, I know I got you. I know I got you for the rest of the show. I know it doesn't matter what I do in that ring. I got you. And
mm,
I do it. I'll get in their face. And I'm a
mm.
little guy, I'm a little wide guy, right? So like I love just talking trash, getting into people's face, and I love that. I love that so much. And I think little kids find it funny, which is why they like
Mm.
me.
Yeah, it's relatable. So what are some local wrestler people that we should keep an eye out for?
Ooh, anything House of Glory. Keep an
Mm,
eye out for House of Glory. That's where you're gonna find the best. I try not to wrestle really in the city. I'm not a fan of the New York or just the locker rooms in the area. There's a lot of egos, uh, and I just don't do well with that. I'm trying to be more calm in this chapter of my life.
mm-hmm.
These locker rooms don't help. uh, Anywhere you go to PA, you'll find some hidden gems in there. CCW, uh, Seven Mountains Wrestling, where we came out of wrestling. There's so much different wrestling. It's so much. It's so much. Just watch everything. There's something in it for everybody.
Wow. So let's talk a little bit about your injuries and the physical toll of wrestling because it is tough. It's physically and mentally a lot. And I want to give
Mm.
you the space to talk about that and the real grind that comes behind this. What is the toughest injury you've ever had to push through or recover from?
I tore my abs in a
Your
match.
abs?
I tore my abs training. I was
Wow.
training. It was a 6 hour training day, just doing rolls repeatedly, just rolling, rolling. And I thought I was sore. At first, I thought I
Mm,
was sore. And I'm like, okay, this hurts more than normal. But I have a match this weekend. The beauty of wrestling is I could kind of plan the match around my injuries, which I did. But the ending involved me taking a big bump that would further tear my abs.
wow.
Um, so I wrestled for 2 weeks with torn abs until I couldn't get up anymore. And I had to I had to be carried out the ring by my brothers. Um, and I finally went to the hospital, and they were like, sir, you're bleeding. You're like bleeding internally. Your abs are torn. Like
Wow.
you should have been here 2 weeks ago." That sucked because I literally felt my body rip in half. That's what it felt like. It just felt like somebody took clay and just said like this, and that was my abs,
How
and
did
it
that
just ripped.
change your mentality towards wrestling or your perspective?
It scared me
Mm,
because it hurt, and when you go through an intent, like I cried from pain, like it hurt that bad.
mm,
Um, it just felt like fire, like somebody was stabbing me with fire. But I was scared from that point because, man, if this is what I have to look forward to, what else can happen?
mm.
And it
So
puts
how do
that
you
little bit of
prepare? How do you prepare your body to avoid these setbacks?
you you eat right and you work and you train hard and you rest when you need to, and don't be afraid to say no. If you
Mm.
can't do something, don't do it. If you're not comfortable doing something, don't do it.
In your
That
case, you
that's what I
didn't
did.
follow that. You kept going. You
Yeah, I
kept
kept
going
going.
until it hurt no more.
Yeah, yeah, kept going, but I didn't know, but now I know better. If I feel something, I say something. Like this doesn't feel right. Like either I'm not gonna take the match, or I'm gonna definitely go to the hospital sooner. Check myself out.
So what do you wish your fans understood about the pain and the discipline that it takes behind the show?
That for their 10 minutes of joy is a lifetime of pain for us sometimes.
Mm,
And I mean, I know a lot of people respect it, but a lot of people don't. And some people call it fake. And I'll be the first one to be like, yeah, a lot of it is fake, but a lot of it isn't. And that 10 minutes that I'm out there, it, I'm 1 inch, 1 centimeter away from permanently changing my life forever. Whether I could be paralyzed or you can die. There's been people that have died in the ring taking
yeah.
basic moves. What we do is not child's play. It's not all fake. And for that 10 minutes that everybody's there chatting and we want blood and we want this and we want this, understand that that 10 minutes is going to hurt me for the rest of my life.
Yeah. So, has it ever made you question your career? Any injury that you've had, like, damn, I don't know if I could push myself anymore, or I can get through this and I'm gonna push myself even more.
The abs did that for me. That was tough because it's a pain I still feel. Like I'm still very sensitive.
Hmm.
And every now and again in a match, I'm like, whoa, whoa. So it holds you back. It holds you back a lot mentally, and you got to break through that. It scares you because you don't want to be hurt permanently. And now I have kids, so I have to think of that. Like
Yeah.
anything can stop me from picking up my daughter or my son.
And what was
So
your when you took that break, right? You took the break, you were able to be with your family and recover. What was the comeback like when you came back, like your first match back, that first bump? What was that like for you?
painful, definitely painful, and I just experienced a fear that I didn't have before, like my confidence.
Hmm.
It really was a shock to your confidence. And till this day, it happens sometimes because you always have that fear in the back of your head where I can't go 100 miles per hour like I was because this can go wrong. So it's always I don't think it ever leaves you. You just learn how to work around it. That it's a confidence hit. Okay,
Yeah.
it slows you down.
And what advice would you give to young wrestlers who are doing what you do and mainly about recovery and longevity? What is your
Rest, eat right, and like I said, don't do things that you have no business doing.
hmm,
Uh, a lot of
yeah,
times, you got these young wrestlers who are going out there trying to do everything, all in these independent matches that really, at the end of the day, if you're not on TV or getting paid, don't go breaking your neck for it. There's other ways, and a real good professional wrestler doesn't have to go risk their neck to put on a good show. What we do is tell stories with our body. And if you could find a way to creatively tell that story without almost killing yourself, do that. and that would tell me all I need to know about you, whether you're good or not.
Hmm. So you had mentioned that you are also a part of creative, right? You
Mhm.
are also a part of creative. How do you build up that promo, and your script, improv, or both? What does that look like?
Really, you have to know your audience. If you know your audience, then you know where to take it. Like if you know uh, a crowd in PA is a lot more hardcore and kind of that trailer park style of wrestling and light bulbs and craziness, then you know how to gear your promos and your matches towards that. If you go down to Puerto Rico where they pop for a fist, if you punch somebody in the face in Puerto Rico, they treat it like you just suplexed them on his neck.
Mm,
Like then as long as you know your audience, you know where to take whatever it is that you're doing, whether it's a promo or a match, um, or for SubwayMania, where I perform on it, but I also helped him creatively as a wrestler come up with the spots and segments that'll be most effective in the small time frame that we have and in the area that we're
mm.
working in. Because working in a train is completely different than being in a wrestling ring. But as long as you know your audience and you know who's watching and you know who's there and you feel it out, a real good professional wrestler would know exactly what to do.
So, what would you say is more important to you? Is it the in-ring psychology or the athleticism?
In ring psychology, 100%.
Mm,
I don't care about people's athleticism. It's nice. It's cool to see people do the flippy stuff,
mhm,
like you're in a video game. And there's a place for that in wrestling. And we need people that can do that 100%.
mhm,
It's not the be all end all. I'm more invested, and more people are more invested in the story and the character and how that person reacts with the crowd than any move they do. And I bring that into my own wrestling. Like I said, before I'm even in the ring, I've gotten 10 people's faces. They've gotten to curse me out. They hate me already before I even step into the ring. And it makes my day easy because that means anything that happens to me, they're gonna pop for. They just want to see me get punched in the mouth at that point.
mhm.
And I didn't have to do a single flip or a single move to get that reaction out of you.
So,
It's the in-ring psychology.
would you say that measures success for the match, the crowd reaction, the story told, or the personal satisfaction that you get?
The crowd reaction and the story told, they kind of go hand in hand. Um, if you can, I don't have to see a wrestling match. Bubba Ray does this too. Like, just close
Mhm,
your eyes and listen,
mhm,
and you'll hear whether or not that match is good. And
mm,
by the end of it, the reaction that you get, you'll know if that match was good or not. I don't care what you did in the middle of it. Did they react to everything that you did? And did they react in the way that you needed them to react?
mm. Yeah. So, how would you deal with an awkward audience? How would you deal with that?
I hate it. I can't stand silence. And when you're in the middle of the ring and everyone's looking at you, you get that hot feeling like I got to do something and you panic. Like I've been there before. I hate it. Uh, you just got to get your reps in and practice so that you know what to do in all those situations. When you're new, you're not going to know what to do in those situations. But when you've done it a couple of times, you know what where I can drag from in this situation to make this one better or whatever. Like if you've
Yeah.
been through a million of them already.
Yeah. So, what ethical lines do you refuse to cross in your character or promos?
Ooh, that's tough because I'll probably go anywhere. Anywhere to
Mm,
get a good reaction. Just because I know that I do everything with good, I'm good here. My
yeah.
conscience is clear.
Yeah.
Uh, I don't know. I'm willing to cross. I like to cross boundaries and push buttons and see. I don't think there's anything that I wouldn't touch on
How
or
about your
say.
brothers? How about your brothers?
My brothers,
Yeah.
oh, they're on the
The
same
group.
page.
Oh,
They're on
you
the same
guys
page.
are all willing to cross ethical lines.
Yeah, 100%, especially with each other because we know each other. Even in that
Mm,
match with Lucas, the match we had together, we built up a storyline with it. And in one of the promos, he completely, completely bashed my older brother who passed away. Like
mm,
completely bashed him. And Like, but anything for the story. It got people to be like, "Holy, how could you? Oh my god!" But like, is this acting at the end of the day?
Yeah, it's how you persecute or perceive the
Perceive it.
story. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
the story. What is your favorite wrestler that you study, and what have you learned from
Uh,
them?
ooh, Mick Foley was the guy that got me like for sure. I wanted to be like him, and
Mm,
he's the main one of like story, very story driven character.
mm-hmm,
Everything he does is in ring psychology, and I've carried that with me all this way. Like he never did anything flashy. He could wrestle. He didn't have to though.
mm,
He didn't have to. He told a story with his body that I don't think can ever be replicated to this day. And I've lived my life with that. Like, what is the story? What am I trying to make this person feel? And I carried that whether it be wrestling or in school when I was doing presentations in school. I'll be the first one up to raise my hand because I wanted to test this skill of like, what can I make this audience feel today?
mm.
I love that. I love that so much. Mick Foley is the guy for me.
And I think that a lot of people, when they go into an arena or anywhere, that's what they're getting. That reaction, the vibes of everyone reacting to a wrestler,
Yes,
them them causing trouble, because I'm sure the audience be causing some type of trouble in the ring too, where they're just like
yes,
they choose. They ultimately are choosing what to set, like what vibe to set, and it
yeah,
ultimately determines how you guys are gonna react in the ring,
yes,
right?
yes,
So you might go into a match knowing like, okay, these guys might hate me, but then you might go in there and they love you now. You know, it
yeah.
might just take that one thing you say or do, and it can change the whole perspective of
Yeah, the
your
audience
match.
has all the power in the world to dictate
Yeah,
we feel of that. Like that's what I'm doing this for. I need that. I need that feedback from them to know what
yeah,
I'm gonna do next.
yeah. So let's talk about your plans and projects ahead. So what's next for you in the next 6 to 12 months? Any upcoming matches, tours, appearances that you're gonna promote? What's new for you?
Definitely keep an eye out for SubwayMania, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
This summer we had the honor of working with TNA. TNA has been using us to kind of promote uh, their show in general and a lot of their wrestlers, whether it be Mike Santana, who just recently won the TNA World Championship, um, the Hardy Boys, which everyone freaking knows the Hardy Boys. I got
Mm-hmm.
to work with them. Uh, Steve Macklin. TNA's just been they've been a partner with us and just expect more. This is not done. Subway Mania is here
It's
to
just
stay.
getting
I feel like
started.
yeah, I feel like now we've become the place where if you're going to be in New York City as a big promotion, you have to come through Subway Mania now. Like it's now a
Mm.
rite of passage now for wrestlers, and they want to do it. So I'm just happy I'm on board with that, and I'm blessed to be able to do that and work with some of these big names. And we've got a couple big names that are in talks with, and I don't want to say it yet, but it's like these are dream.
So
These
we're
are
looking
dream
forward
people.
to some good things coming towards Subway Mania.
Yeah, 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 for sure. Like I'm never giving
Wow.
that up. It's giving me my wrestling fix as like I'm a dad,
Mm-hmm.
my 202. So this year I haven't wrestled too much, but I've been able to still be involved in wrestling through Subway Mania in a big way.
Right.
Uh,
Right.
I came into this business wanting to change it and do something that nobody has ever done before. Subway Mania has allowed me to do that.
Mm.
It's something that's historical in the wrestling business that nobody has ever done before. And it's very hard to find something brand new in wrestling now. Everything is borrowed, but not Subway Mania. So I take pride that that's something that has our fingerprints on it. It's brand new and it's only from us. That's it.
Mm.
Like I made my stamp in the wrestling business.
Wow.
So stay tuned for the Subway Mania stuff. I got
Yes.
some stuff working on in January, like where I'm trying to get back to the ring because by then my kids will be a little bit bigger so they can handle me being gone
Mm-hmm.
now for a substantial amount of time.
Yeah.
So trying to get back in the ring and get some rust off because I know I'm a little rusty.
That's good. And we're looking forward to your content coming up and your performances and what you have in store for Subway Mania. I'm definitely excited. I'm more in tune now than I was ever before. Um what are your dream collaborations or opponents that you are trying to face in the ring soon?
Mm. I don't have I don't have any dream opponents.
Mhm.
I just don't look at it that way. Like I said, dreams are for sleep,
Mm,
and I just want to live in a moment. And whoever's here now and wants to do it, let's. I'm not in it for the dream opponents. I just want to change the business and do something in the business that's forever.
yeah.
That's it. Like I've had my moment like with the Hardy Boys, and I love moments like that. That's touching. Like if I can get more of those, that's great. But ultimately, the ultimate goal is to just do stuff in the business that has never been done. That's
Yeah.
going to be my stamp on, on wrestling.
So let's think long term. So 5 years from now, where is Big Papa Lex Guns? Where or Lex G's? I'm sorry. What where are you? What are you gonna be doing?
Hopefully, I'm still with my two kids and not anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I can't handle anymore right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm being with my two kids, and I would love to be touring wrestling, like actually attacking the dream in a way I feel I should have in my 20s.
Mm,
Kind of make, I don't want to say trying to get my 20s back, but just now going into it with the knowledge that I wish I had back then and the experience I have now and kind of the equity that I have now and who we are and what we do, trying to attack wrestling in that way. Like I've now been seen by TNA, WWE. I've been seen by them. Just seen. Now I want to knock on the fucking door. And I hope in the next 5 years I can knock on the door and somebody answers. It's like, hey, we got something for you. And I'm not saying I need to be on TV and wrestling and doing all that stuff, but something. Get your foot through the door. The little goals first.
yeah. That's amazing. And what you have set so far is already legendary for us New Yorkers, for your family, for anyone near you or in your circle, your brothers, you know, when I say brothers, I mean the cult. You guys are growing and also it's just giving everyone hope that has ever looked at wrestling and has thought maybe I can't make this a career. I can't like maybe I can't go that far with it, but there's always a possibility of taking what you love to do to the next level. And you guys are giving that opportunity to people of the local area because especially in
Mhm.
New York City, um and that's amazing in itself. So I have to give you guys your flowers and props on that as well.
Thank you.
Real quick, I want to give all of chat who is here right now and watching you an opportunity to ask you questions because this is what they've been waiting for. So guys, if you're here right now and you have questions for him, this is your time. Go ahead and put your questions in the chat for him or I if you want to get your
Can I see
questions
them?
answered.
Is that possible? I'm on my phone though.
Yeah, if you go into my Twitch channel, you'll be able to see their um questions because they'll be putting
I
it in
feel
the
like
chat.
I'm a caveman, and if I do that, I'm gonna fuck everything up. So just feed me the questions.
I got you. I'm gonna read it to you. I got you. So Earth, who's Earth? Shout out to who's Earth. He's a very close person to me, and he asks, in your wrestling career so far, have you ever had to give someone a receipt, or or have you received one? And he's the one that he's into this wrestling as well as my other friend Derek.
Oh
So
yeah, once you say give somebody a receipt, like okay, I know
yeah,
he's a
he's
smart
deep
man. You're a
in.
mark.
He's
You're a
deep in.
mark. You're a mark, brother. You're a mark. Um, I've gotten some receipts and I've given some receipts, but
Mm,
I try to be light. I'm very heavy handed, and sometimes I've had veterans look at me and be like, "Hey, calm the fuck down, calm down," and they'll hit you back hard. Amazing Red used to love just handing out receipts. He would give me pre-receipts. He'd just beat the shit out of you. He just beat you
mm,
down, just beat you down, and you learn very quick to either lighten up or there's somebody bigger and badder that's gonna
yeah.
get you.
So he asks, what is the goal for your wrestling career?
Just to do it. I never thought I'd make it this far. I didn't think of it. I just wanted to do it, and I'm doing it. And as long as I can continue to do it, I'll take all the little victories, whatever I could get. Like there's no limits. I'm not setting any limits. It's like let's just jump into whatever we can. That's my goal, is to just keep doing it and hopefully not break my neck in the process.
I have another question for you. Where's a goal place that you want to go and perform? Where like cuz I know you said you're awkward around like silent crowds and stuff, and Japan is what I've been told very quiet place to perform. So maybe not there. But where would you go? Where would you go to perform?
Oddly enough, Japan. I've always wanted to go to
Wow.
Japan, do something there. Japan and Mexico. But I'm not like a luchador. Like I don't
Mm,
do the lucha flashing moves. Like my feet aren't leaving the ground. That's not happening. Um, yeah, but Japan. And they are known for being quiet. They just watch wrestling in a very different way. They'll clap
mhm.
very respectfully. But that's changed through the years too. They be making noise out there.
Mm.
I want to wrestle in Japan and Puerto Rico. I feel like I owe it to myself to go to Puerto Rico and actually work out there for our people. Like
Yep.
it's something I got.
I think you got to do that for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
You got to bring that out there.
Puerto
Or
Rico for sure. Puerto
yeah.
Rico above Japan actually. Like I want to do that. I need to make that happen.
So, I have another question. What is about the New York energy in that train? Like because I know I'm sure there's people going to work or coming back home from work that are in because this is all random, right? Do you guys pick a random train or do you guys have a set train cart or train? Like how does that work?
So I don't want to give up too much of it, but yeah, like it is planned to like where we know what's gonna happen and we know where we're going.
Mm-hmm.
But if you don't know and you weren't invited, it's pretty much a pop-up. So if you're just sitting in the
Oh,
train, you just have this pop-up wrestling event that's taking place.
that's what
And
makes it so funny.
like you'll see people in some of the videos just standing there like,
That's what makes it
I
so good. I'm not
so
gonna
mad,
lie.
so mad. And it's like either you move to the other car or like we're gonna do our best to make sure nobody gets hurt. Like that's why there's
Mm-hmm.
professionals involved. And we say that like
Mm-hmm.
there's professionals involved here. Like just don't worry.
Yeah.
Listen, we sit through Showtime half the time. Like if you sat through Showtime for like 20 years, like this is fine. Um, it's yeah, I mean it's New York. You kind of got to get used to anything can happen at any moment in time. And back to what I said earlier is like you have to have that I don't give a fuck mentality.
Have you ever got into somebody's face that looks so serious and changed their perspective on what you're doing? Like, have you made them laugh or like do something that's like, whoa, like, okay, maybe I'm into this a little bit?
In the trains, I don't know. They get scared.
Yeah,
A lot of
I
people
would
get
be
scared,
too.
and yeah, as soon as that door opens, they are out into the next car, or they're just
Oh
gone.
my
They're just gone.
gosh. And I saw you guys bring out the actual table inside the train car and slam
Yeah,
someone. I think you slammed someone into the
yeah, yeah. That's
table.
like our signature. It's hilarious. Like you just have to not care. Now it's funny because on our way, people now recognize me in the city. So when I'm in the
Mm.
train, they're like, "It's happening! It's happening right now!" And I
Mind you,
have to
you're
go to
just
work.
going somewhere. You're just going somewhere.
Yeah,
You want to work.
yeah, they're like, "It's just happening right now. Like you guys are going right now." Like people stop me taking pictures on my way over there. Like it's so funny how much it's changed. Like we went from running away from the cops to now people are stopping us to take pictures on our way
Yeah.
to it.
Yeah. And I saw your story today where you said, um, I'm on the train and I'm going to work and I'm looking at it because I'm so used to going to the train and having to fight and do matches and stuff. Is this what it's
Yeah,
like for normal people?
yeah,
Like
yeah. When I'm taking the train as a
I
normal person, I don't know what the hell is going on.
it
I'm
changed
scared. I'm like,
everything
yo,
for
what
you.
is going on? I'm looking at people crooked. I'm like, what is this? I don't want to touch nothing. I didn't even know how to swipe into the train.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, what is going on? Oh, now we scan our card. My card didn't scan. I'm just like, I had a
Yeah.
meeting to get to.
Honestly, I haven't been in New York, the train system, in a very long time because I moved to Connecticut. So I'm here in Connecticut, but I have not taken the train like MTA train in a long time. So that's how I would probably look at it too. Like what is going on now? Like no more MTA
It's the
cards, like
worst.
no more Metro cards. Like
Yeah, it's
what
the
is going
worst.
on?
And then the people are fighting on the train. You got fucking wrestlers showing up and wrestling on the train. Who are those guys?
You just pull up and you see somebody getting hit with a chair or I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
It's like crazy.
I feel like somebody's gonna pull up and try and fight me one day, like thinking like, yo, I want to be down with SubwayMania. We have people like that. There's people like
Wow.
that. They just want to run in and do stuff because they think I don't know what the fuck they think. Like, the people are crazy.
So, Earth has asked, have you grabbed any inspiration from your favorite wrestlers and used their movesets?
Nah, I try and keep things. I don't want to say original because there's nothing original when it comes to, or not that there's nothing original in wrestling, but it's very hard to be original. Um, I just try and stick to whatever storyline I could grasp people with. I don't try and take from other people. That's theirs, and I want to stand out myself.
Hmm.
So I try not to take from anybody in wrestling at all, unless it's SubwayMania where I'm paying homage to these people. That's different.
Yeah. So, do you guys have any more questions that you want to ask, Lex, before we get started on a quick game that I have for you? I have a quick game. I usually do a game every end of the podcast with my guests, and I think this is going to be really fun.
I'm gonna lose. It's over.
Mm. Ah, no, it's more for you, actually. It's more for you. My last one. Okay, what is it? He has really good questions. Who do you think John Cena's final opponent will be?
Well, it ain't gonna be me. So
Ah.
I'm just watching like everybody else. And John Cena is the GOAT. If you look at John Cena, if you're a professional wrestler, he's everything that you would want to be. I hope that it's someone. I don't want to see him face someone he's already faced before. Like,
Mm,
we've been seeing that in his retirement run where he's just doing all the classic John Cena matches. I I don't even want to see that. I want to see him face somebody completely brand new. Like, put
mm,
somebody over. We call it putting somebody over on the way out. Uh, it's an honor to do when you're leaving wrestling. You get the young guy and you make him somebody. Uh,
mm.
I'm not saying he has to beat him, but I just want to see something new before he's said and done because he's the GOAT.
Yeah,
And what an opportunity for that person to be able to step in a ring with John Cena's for John Cena's last match. These big names, they don't need it. Like, they don't need it. Give it to somebody who needs it that can actually utilize it moving forward. That's
yeah.
that's how I would do it.
And
That's what I would want to see.
it'll shake up the WWE
Yeah,
storyline
it'll be something
anyway.
different. Yeah,
It'll shake it
yeah.
up.
Get somebody new in there. Give us some rinky dink from whatever hometown is in. Like, just somebody you wouldn't even see coming.
Give it to a girl. Like have John
Yeah,
Cena flip over an
give it to a
athletic
girl.
girl.
Yeah, give it to a girl. I don't care. Somebody different.
Yeah. If you watch WWE, who is your all-time favorite wrestler? I think he answered that. It was McFoley.
It changes. Mick Foley's the guy that got me into it, but like, favorite wrestlers is like, what's your favorite ice cream? I bet you it's not just one.
It's a
Sometimes you
lot.
might want
Yeah.
chocolate. Sometimes you might want vanilla. Like, it's always different. It changes. It's with the season.
Yeah. And I'm sure anybody who loves the style of art of wrestling or WWE, they love everyone. And there's a lot of people who
I'm
have,
still here.
yeah,
Hold on, hold on. I'm gonna
yeah.
go to somewhere there's light because they're gonna cut me off from the light.
Okay.
But I'm still here. Don't leave, chat.
Don't leave chat. We're still
Don't leave, chat.
here.
Let's see. Bear with
But
me.
how amazing has this been, chat? What is your experience? I want to hear from you guys. What do you guys think?
Who wants to be a wrestler in the group?
Ooh, that's a good question. Who here wants to uh live out their wrestling dreams?
Who can I get in the ring?
Who can he get into the ring? Who wants to put themselves forward right now? I have
I'll do it.
I have two people in mind. I have
I
two
tell
people in
them
mind.
whenever they're ready, I'll get them into a ring.
Earth said
Where can I run to?
me and Derek. So Earth and Derek would
I'll pick it up
love
now.
to do that.
All right. Yeah, it's too loud. You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
This is chat's fault. Blame it all y'all.
Eh.
Fight me. Yeah, whoever wants to go to a ring, we'll make it happen. You want some good content? Let's suplex a few people.
All right. Y'all heard it here
I'm dead
first.
serious.
You heard it here first. He said, let's go. Let's make it happen.
Yeah, let's make it happen. If you have anybody ever had any questions, screw the questions. You got to experience it for yourself.
Yeah.
Thank
And
you, thank you.
we'll talk more about that after the podcast because I do have a few things I want to talk to you about
Yeah,
that. Um Randall said, definitely not me. But all right, I want to get started on this game before I let you go.
Yeah, yeah.
So this is gonna be called Pin It or Pass, and this is a wrestling edition. Okay, I'm gonna throw a few situations, and you have to tell me if you would pin it if you're with it, or you would pass, and nah, that's not for you.
All right.
You got it? Are you
I'm
ready?
game. Yeah. You
Okay.
can hear me though, right? Everything's good. I know I
Yes.
look a little crazy, but
No, no. You're fine. So, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Um. Okay. First one. Hardcore. No rules. Light tubes, chairs, tables, everything. Would you pin it or pass?
Ah. Can I give an actual answer?
Yeah. Give your answer.
I want to do one match. That's like a death match, basically. That's what we
Yeah.
consider a death match. I want to do one.
So you're with it. You would pin it.
If I did one, then pass after that.
So you're pinning it for sure because that's something you want to do.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because I want to do it.
Okay. Cutting a live promo with no script, straight off the dome.
Pin it.
Okay. Joining a major company but losing full creative control.
Pin it.
A surprise
That's
heel
the most
turn.
fun.
Huh?
That's the most fun.
Yeah.
With no creative control, like it's a challenge. If somebody's challenging me to do play a character, like I love
Mhm.
that too.
Mm. A surprise heel turn on the cult.
Oh. Pin it.
Mm. Training a new generation of wrestlers from El Barrio.
Pass. I don't care about y'all. Nah, I'm playing. Pin that.
Oh, shit.
Pin that.
Clip it. Guys, clip it. I'm just kidding. No.
Clip it.
wrestling three. Okay, so wrestling three matches in one night for different promotions.
Oh my God, pass. I'm so good.
All right. 60-minute Man match. No breaks, full stamina test.
So I think the longest I've done is 45 minutes. Honestly, it goes by quick. You don't even realize like it's happening. Um,
mm.
I I take a lot of pride now where when I tell the promoter my match is gonna be either 7 minutes or if you give it like they'll give you a time slot.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I like to kind of know how long my match is gonna be, and I don't like to go over 10. Just because it gets harder to keep the crowd's attention and you get tired as hell. So I'm a pass. But I've done
Full
over 45
stamina.
minutes. Yeah, nah, I'm a pass. I'm a pass.
All right. So taking a crazy spot off the top rope just to pop the crowd.
Pass. I don't give a fuck
Mm.
about y'all.
Main eventing a show in Madison Square Garden.
Oh, pin that. Yes.
Mm. Mm.
Yeah,
Uh,
Subway has been at the Barclays Center. Like they got to. I
ooh.
wasn't part of it, but that kid was. Like they performed at the Barclays Center, which is crazy.
That's a good. That's a W right there. That's
Yeah,
a
that's a
W.
W.
That's a W. A ladder match main event for the title.
Which title?
I don't know. A title.
Because ladders suck. Like if you're telling me like for WWE title, pin it. If you're telling me the title of Trailer Park Carajo Land over there down by the road, I'm a pass.
You gotta pick one.
Yeah.
Would you pin it or you passing? You don't know the
I
title. You don't know the title. They're just telling you you need to do a ladder match and you're gonna get a title.
pin it. I'll do it.
Okay. Okay. So your last one. Getting booked for a mystery opponent. No idea who until the bell time.
Oh, that happens all the time. Pin that. That's life.
Okay. So do you guys do that in Subway Mania? You don't know who it is. You're just gonna go for it.
Well, SubwayMania is different. Like we have all that kind of planned,
Kind of
and
plan
you
out.
know
Okay.
I smarten them up. Like me and Lucas and Dead Kid, we smarten them up because they're not wrestlers again. So
Mm-hmm.
we help everybody. But on the regular shows, man, you don't know who you're wrestling sometimes, and that can change as you're making your entrance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, that was it. This we got Big Lex here, and what do you guys think? Was it a W episode? Come on. This has been so much fun, and I thank you so much again for taking the time to be here and also give us the opportunity to get to know you outside of the ring. And we all know that you have a story, and your story is heard here, and I'm sure that it's being told in the ring as well. So I want to thank you personally for coming out. um they're all clapping for you right now. They're clapping for you. They're
Yeah.
giving W's.
I
They're
don't see
giving
it. So
W's,
thank you.
dancing. Yes. Oh, thank you. They're giving fire emojis.
Yo,
Yeah.
I hope everybody here like just follow me and I'm open to talk. Like I try and get to every message that I get. Um, I'll talk to anybody. If you have a question, if you're curious about the business, if you just want to talk because you feel alone, like I think that that's important. Like aside from everything, and I might play a bad guy in the ring or whatever, but I genuinely care about people, and I want people to know that like, you're not alone. There's people out there that have been in your shoes or can help you out of them or whatever it is. Like if you feel any type of way, you could always reach out to me. Um, if I can make you laugh, if I can give you a solution, anything, like don't hesitate. I will always get back to people who message me all the time because at the end of the day, none of this is possible without chat, without fans, without anybody here. Like it's not possible. I'm doing it. If I'm doing this in front of a blank crowd, what am I doing it for? You know. So I'll
Yeah.
always make the time for anybody. Uh, I'm just like you all. You know.
Mm, that's
So I'm here.
amazing. And thank you. You are a true blessing. So thank you for coming out. It's powerful to see someone from our own neighborhood turn passion into purpose and stay grounded in family, community, and the grind. So for everyone who's watching, make sure to go show love. Go follow him at Superman 93 on Instagram. I also pinned it in the comment for you guys to just go and check out his Instagram so you can follow. And I also pin it down below for anyone who's watching on YouTube. And keep up with everything he's got coming next, because as you heard it here, he's got a lot of things coming to Subway Mania that you don't want to miss. And if you're a creator, a dreamer, or a parent chasing something big, let this be your reminder that wherever you come from, it doesn't matter, and it doesn't define where you can go, because you can do anything that you set your mind to. And as long as you have passion and love for what you do, it doesn't matter. It's going to work. It's going to be a higher reward at the end. And I hope that this episode specifically resonated with each and every one of you who are watching right now or later. And yeah, so thank you again. And thank you to those who are here right now. I appreciate every single one of you who are here and who are watching this. So we're gonna go ahead and end. But is there anything last words you want to say?
No, you hit the nail on the head. Like just keep going, y'all. Like the sky is the limit, is basically what you were saying. The sky is the limit. And the sky is the limit. Why? Because God's hands are right there waiting to help you up, bro. That's first and foremost. Like that man up there is the reason the sky is the limit. And as long as you believe in yourself and you believe in him, anything is possible. It doesn't matter where you are in life. I was told I would not be anything at the most sensitive time in my life. And I am everything, everything that I've ever wanted to be.
Yeah. And it's only growing. It's only growing from here.
Thank you.
Just like the most of us. But thank you guys. I love you guys. And I shall see you on the next stream. See you later. Peace.